We have done this already when we did perimeter, but also we're going to look at it as one of our word problems. Maybe one or two of you did not understand how to find the perimeter of this kind of shape in the last lesson. So we will try to explain again. Now, it says an L-shaped building. Of course, this is an L shape. It has the lengths that you can see around it, the ones you can see written on them. It says find the perimeter. Now the perimeter is the total of all the sides. Side A is 25, B is 100, C we don't know. D is 30. Can you see D at the bottom here? E is 20 and F, we equally don't know F. Before we can find the perimeter, we must find C and we must find F. Okay? All right, let's try to find F first. Let's try to find F. Now, can you see that this shape can actually be a closed rectangle? Yes, it can be a complete rectangle. How do we make it a complete rectangle? We close up this open side. The open side, we draw a line down from line A, where line A is. We continue from where it ends and then down. And then also where we have line D, 30 meter, we draw another line to join the one coming from A. So we can close up this rectangle, right? Or this L shape to form a rectangle, right? All right, now we're looking for side F. And remember, in a rectangle, opposite sides are the same. So it means that if we have any opposite side in this shape, it will be the same. Now let us draw an imaginary line to try to close up to make a rectangle. First, can you look at the line B at the top? Can you see line B, 100 meter? Good. Now, do you see this dotted lines that just came in? Good. Now, continue the dotted line up to where you have line D, 30 meter, and to the end of the L shape. Can you see that? If you look at the two, that's the 100 meter at the top, and from line D down to the dotted lines, to the end of the dotted lines, I think it is the same as line B, right? Yes, we have to make it like that in order to be able to find the missing side. So we have to draw a rectangle so we can find the missing side. So we have now closed this down parts up with the dotted lines. Now look at something again. We have the dotted line, but we don't know the length of the dotted line. How do you think we can find the length of the dotted line? We only have 30. 30 is 30 meter, that's D, is 30 meter. But how do we now know the rest? Do you know how we know the rest? We know the rest by looking up at line B. Look up at line B now. Good. Line B is how many meters? 100 meters. Now look down again at the opposite from line D down to the end of the dotted line. Do you know that they are equal? Yes, it's going to become equal because we have closed up the shape. That means line B and line D plus the dotted line is 100. How do we now know only the dotted line? If line D and if line D plus the dotted line is 100, then what is the dotted line? We need to subtract 100 because 100 is the opposite side. All of the whole side is 100 as well. But let's subtract 30 from 100 so that we can know only the dotted parts. 100 minus 30 is what? 70. It means line D is 30 and from where line D ends to the dotted line is 70. That gives us a total of 100, right? Just like line B. Yes. So now that the dotted line is 70, can you look up to where we have line F? Now can you see that line F is forming another rectangle with the dotted line? Yes, it's forming another rectangle. So now, if our dotted line is 70 and opposite side of a rectangle is the same, that means line F would also be 70, correct? All right. Now that we know that line F is 70, how do we now measure line C? Now let us first of all look at any shape or any line that is close to line C. Which of the lines is opposite line C and is close to line C? 20. Okay, that's line E. So that means half of line C is 20 because opposite sides are the same, right? So now we know that half of line C is 20 because the opposite one, E, is 20. How do we find the remaining half? Now look at the remaining half at the top, that's of line C. Look at the remaining half and trace it down to where you have line A. Can you see where you have line A? That means if the down part of line C is 20, the up part of line C will be 25 because the opposite one of the top side is 25. So let's add 20 and 25 together. What do we have? 45. Great job. So now we know that line F is 70 and we also know that line C is 45. Now let's find the perimeter. We add all the sides together. 25 plus 100 plus 45, that's our line C, plus 30, that's line D, plus 20, plus line F, which is 70. We add all together. What answer are we going to get? The answer is 290 meters. That's the perimeter of this L shape. Now, it will not be difficult for you to find the perimeter of L shapes in your student book or your workbook anymore. So try them because they are very interesting to find, okay? Just look at where you have an opposite side and then you begin to close up the shape to get the missing angles. All right, students, let's see the next thing. See what we learned today. We learned to find missing angles, and we also learned to calculate the perimeter of squares, rectangles, and L shapes. Now, students, I'd like you to go to your student book page 231 and see what you have in it, revise on the word problems, and there is a part there where you have let's try it. You have just 2 questions there, so please solve the 2 questions and send them to me on Class Dojo. That is your homework. Make sure you do that, okay? Okay, then we're going to have another lesson. Maybe not tomorrow. Tomorrow is a free day for math, so we'll probably have our next lesson on Wednesday. But if there will be any video class, I will let you know on Zoom. I would let you know. But please make sure if you have areas you don't understand, let me know. Send me a message on Class Dojo. Some of you have been doing that. So send me a message and so we can arrange for a class. All right? Okay, students, stay safe, eat healthy, and make sure you're good. Take care of yourselves and have a good day. Bye.